Hi, welcome to the Little Red Mitten podcast. I'm Jolin.
I'm Jillian. And we're going to talk WIPS.
WIPS. All the WIPS. All the WIPS.
So if you caught our live on last Saturday, this will be Saturday hopefully that it comes out, a week ago, we went through all of our WIPS that we had kind of quickly-ish. And then at the end, we decided we were going to frog some. So we've done such, mostly. And now we have new WIP counts. Yes. So.
We want to do this.
I know. But I feel like if you haven't watched the live, you should probably go watch the live.
Yeah, we did a WIP parade. Basically, we pulled out all of our WIPs, showed them quickly, and then after that, we decided what was staying and what was going. So if you don't know, we've been doing, since the beginning of the year, we've been doing a WIP down. We're calling it like 52 weeks of WIPs because Jillian had 52 WIPs. And so we are trying to work through our WIPs it's not a no cast on thing. We've set the rules to finish 4 things and then you can cast on if you want. And we've played around with a couple other rules or whatever, but that's basically the gist of it, so that we start bringing down our WIP count. And Jillian for sure was supposed to do all 52 weeks and start getting that WIP count down. I started with 29 WIPs. And yeah, so far I haven't cast on anything in the new year at all.
My starting was to not cast on anything for like the first 3 months kind of thing. Yeah. So I have finished 4 projects now, but I wasn't supposed to cast on until the end of March kind of idea. Was it the first 3 months or something like that?
Yeah, because you were going to do 100.
I was going to do 100 days.
100 days.
Which freaked me out because that was like till April 10th. And that seemed really long.
And we changed it to a year.
And then I ended up doing like, you know what? No, I want to do a whole year with no WIP, with no cast-ons.
But you don't.
Well, now I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's because my WIPs have changed. So
we do have a new WIP count. We have, we each have a new WIP count from last Saturday and definitely since the beginning of the year. So we put up a multiple choice question or a survey, whatever you want to call it, asking you guys to guess how many WIPs you think we have. Did you write down what the popular answer was? No. They were guessing I had 22 or something like
22 for you, and I think 35 for me out of the 52. And I had finished, I think we said on there, I'd finished 4 and I frogged a bunch out of the 52. So they guessed 35 for me, and I think it was like 22 or something like that for you. Mm-hmm. So they're all wrong.
They're all wrong.
Nobody guessed right.
How do we want to do this? How do you want to tell? What are we just telling them? We're not showing them all. We did show them all.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Our Ravelry is up to date. So if you want to see photos of our current WIPs and our most recent finishes,
we'll have to put links in the bottom. I don't know if Katrina has links to our Ravelries in the previous ones and stuff, like our specific ones. So we'll have to get links this time. Mm-hmm. So they should be there at the bottom now.
Maybe we'll put up a little collage. Can we do a little?
Yeah, I have like my slideshows and stuff like that. So I'll put the little slides that we were inserting and stuff like that. So yeah, we can do all of that too. I don't know. Do we want to just say, like I wrote down how many we had from before and how many we have now? Or should we just say, okay, how many we have left? I'm just going to say it. Are you sitting down?
I'm going to go first.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to go first. So I started the year with 29.
Yes.
I think I've finished 3. we ripped out a few weeks back.
Yes.
I don't remember how many that was separate from everything else, but I am down to 15 whips. So almost cut in half.
Yeah. Does that feel good?
It does feel good. I want it to be less, but it will be. It will be. Yeah. So I'll break it down after. You go ahead.
I have less than Jolin.
How is that even possible?
I have 13. So I was pretty ruthless with what I frogged and decided not to count as a whip anymore to cut some things down. But my gauge has been way off, which I've been saying the last little bit. And it's like, I can't even pick up some of my whips. They're years and years old, and my gauge isn't even going to match. So there's no point in even trying to play with stuff like that for some of them. And some of them, I don't even have the right yarn anymore. Like, I don't know how that happened, but
yeah, you definitely had more aging whips than me. Like I have a couple older ones, but they are all in yarns I currently love still. Like they are still pretty new actually, and a lot of them are fairly new. Maybe I'll look at that as we go through them and estimate when I started them. But
there was a couple that there were definitely ones that were newer that I started. It's just like there was a sweater for Geo that I had started that didn't really have a pattern that I was kind of making up. Like it was based off of something else, which I don't think
it was already a year and whatever.
True,
and
it wouldn't fit him anymore now. So and some other things that I'm just like, I'm not going to finish them. And if I want to make them again, I can recast them on, right?
Yeah.
So rather than forcing stuff, but I have 13.
Now she's going to beat me like without fail.
Yeah. So my rules have changed.
Yes. Oh yeah, your rules have really changed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go over what I have. So I had 11 sweaters. I now have 7. Still, it doesn't even sound like I made it anywhere. 7 sweaters as whips is a lot. That is a huge project. Anyway, so I have Stripes of Joy, which is my Advent, which I cast on. It might have been January, but that was a planned, accepted, and counted in my 29 because it was time to work through the Yarn a Day calendar. So that's a new whip. Northwoods I cast on in October, so that's a new whip. Jupiter Crop I cast on in December, so that's new. Shifty I inherited in November, so that's new. Stargazer was May. Sungazer was May. Boxy was October. And so my oldest sweater is my Rhapsody in Cables, which I started in 2020. One of those 2 years, 2019 or 2020. Both this is my second Rhapsody in Cables, and both times I had the internet vote on what sweater I should cast on, and both times they choose it's so beautiful and it looks complicated, so of course people are like, yeah, make that one.
Yeah.
So and I can't remember if I think it was 2019, just before the Hohi knit along that she does in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I was choosing my patterns from there. So I think it was all Hohi patterns that I gave for people to choose from. It could have possibly been 2020, but anyway. So that's my oldest sweater.
Yeah.
But 7 sweaters, that's still a lot.
It is a lot. But your Stripes of Joy, your Northwood, and your Shifty, and your Boxy, like that's 5 of them. They're all pretty close to being done. Like,
well, even the Sungazer, like that's a weekend project.
Oh yeah.
No, not for me normally.
Not for you, but
it could be. It could be. Like if I was full on knitting, it could be.
It could be a week project, right? Like you could have it done in a week and it would be fine, right? Like
so we'll see how I decide to set up my strategy or rules going forward on how I'm going to work through things. Socks. I started with 10. I'm at 5. So I cut those in half. I finished 1 pair. 2 of them were like 50% done, like 1 sock was done, and I decided that those were no longer whips. They are sample socks. They're done in Leon Roxy, so they're samples. So I was just like, no, those are done. Yeah. I don't want the pressure of finishing those right now. And they're serving their purpose. So So that's 3 of them. I ripped out 1, 2. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I ripped out 2, finished 1, and considered 2 finished.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that brings me down to 5. So I have a pair that I'm calling DK Scrappy Socks, which is literally holding fingering double and like letting the scraps run out when they run out, or switching when I randomly when I want to, and just making some good thick winter socks. I started the bear paw socks in October when Andrea Mowry released it. I believe it was like October or November. Mm-hmm. And I'm almost done the first sock. I haven't worked on it. Like, I think I got pretty much to there when I started it, basically.
Yeah, they went pretty fast.
And so I can finish those. I have one here that I'm just calling Yarn Indulgence because that's the yarn. Because it's just a plain vanilla sock. No pattern. I'm not really following the pattern. And that's past the heel flap anyway, maybe even past the gusset of the first sock. And I started that after, like, I
went in the fall sometime.
It was the fall. It was after we got the yarn here. I picked up this skein of yarn in New Brunswick in the summertime. It would have been the first trip out in July. I picked up this ball, but then we got some Yarn Indulgence in October for the shop. Yeah. And so I started it after we got it in the store. And then I have what I'm calling my Knit Night socks from Summer Lee. Calling them Knit Night because I'm using the colorway that's LRM Knit Night by Timber Yarns.
Yeah.
But I think it's just from her midsummer sock set.
Oh, those
the ones that had like the little dots on the top and then the stripe on the foot, which in her pattern she uses scraps and stripes the foot. I use the self-striping for the foot part. Yeah. And then I'm calling these ones Stripey Natural because they are out of natural sock and I'm striping them. Again, a plain sock pattern, so I don't have a sock pattern name to call them, and that's what they're called for now. So I cut my socks in half. So that's good.
Also makes it difficult to wear them, but
it's whatever. Yeah. I literally, like, for some of them, I literally did just cut them in half. It's like, meh, you only need one of those. It's fine. Yeah. And they are the same pattern. So technically, I could wear them. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem with my WIPS was I finished the orange cable sock and I'm like, oh, I'd like to see this in another color. Instead of doing the second one of it, I cast it on immediately. Like, that is a pair. That would have been a pair. It had, like, because I really did get into the cables and enjoyed that. I'm just going to get to the next cross. I did go through those pretty quickly. Yeah. Sometimes with pattern socks, I'm like, I like my socks to be kind of mindless and easy all the time, but those were like those potato chippy kind of knits. But then, I wanted to see it in another color, so
that's why I do my socks 2 at a time, so that I
would never finish socks if I ever did them 2 at a time. Wouldn't be done ever. My other category was shawls. I might have 16. This isn't right.
What shawl are you?
The honey shawl. Because I have the So Chic cowl, and I didn't write the honey shawl down. Yeah. 7 plus 5 is 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16. Cool.
If you're counting your scrappy blanket, like I counted mine, but I mean, like, it's your.
I do count my scrappy blanket, but
your long-term project or whatever. So
it's fine.
But 15, 16.
Now you have 3 projects less than me. Okay, so shawls. I had 3, and I still have. No, originally I had 4. I ripped the petite Pico one out, and then I have this under shawls, but it's a cowl. I have the So Chic cowl, the jig shawl puzzle, and the honey shawl. So 3. Fun. Blankets. I decided to. I don't know if it's over here or not.
This one?
Yeah. I had 2 blankets. I have decided to make that one blanket. A couple, might have been the last podcast. So I started working through my scrappy blanket by having the goal of doing at least like 1 square a week. Yeah, 1 square a week for the year, so that I'd have 52 squares at least on it by the end of the year. And I was moving at a faster pace than that. And I thought, oh, I'll try to do the same thing with the starflower. And I've only made this 1 square. So, and I didn't bring my scrappy blanket to my house. I left it at the shop for like a week or 2, and I was going to work on this, and I never did. So I've just decided that for now, I didn't even like buy all the yarn for this. I had only bought 1 skein of this color. And I think I was doing 5 or 6 or
I thought we had
can't
7.
even remember.
Maybe
7.
My head is 7, but
yeah, colors, but I didn't buy it all. I was just like going to try it. So as for right now, this is considered frogged or done or whatever. If I want to pick it up later, I will, but right now I just don't really have the desire to do it. I really like it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I've seen some people, somebody did it with the Advent colors, and it is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. So, like it might be something, but right now I think it's because I like have to really keep track of the rows, and that started from the center, and my brain's just not there right now. It's just not, I just don't have the space for that kind of knitting right this second. Yeah. It's probably why Rhapsody is going to sit for a little bit too. So I have my scrappy blanket. So I went my blankets in half, and I ripped out 2 hats. Ish. What was your other hat? My aunt's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So.
Oh yeah, because maybe you finished the other hat before we even started. Did you finish a hat before?
I finished the brown one
before we started the thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right at the end
of
it was the last thing I finished before we started this. Yeah. So 16. Do you have a pen with you?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna grab one because I'm gonna forget.
So I started off with 16 sweaters. I don't know. And I now only have 4. 3. One is hibernating. I'm not sure if I want to frog it or not. It's the green clotilled sweater. It's really pretty. And I think what we said on Saturday when we were deciding was that like at this point now wait till like closer to fall. Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's worsted held double, so it's a chunky weight, and you have so many other things that you're going to work through. If you finish it now, you're not going to wear it anyway. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll wait till the fall, and then if I feel like doing it, because that part of it worked up pretty fast.
Oh, it would go so quick.
So it's not going to take that long if I just sit down and do it. And I think I maybe even split for the sleeves, or I'm almost.
It might have been or close to it.
It was like it's 2 charts that you have to do, so it was just like keeping those kind of going. But if I'm split for the sleeves, it should eventually be the same. Oh, there was sleeves. Yeah, it was like 4 charts that I was doing. I think that's
if you did that as your like main focus project for a week.
Oh, it'd be done.
It would be done in no time.
For sure.
So, it might be worth it.
So I haven't frogged it yet. It's there, and it probably won't be touched until the fall when it's more that type of sweater weather wearing stuff. I'm working on my brown sided sweater. I think it's called Cite, C-I-T-E. There's an accent on the E. I don't know. And then I have one that's made out of Patagonia called Sarkle. And the sleeves are done, and it's just stockinette right now until it gets to the top here, where then there's texture. And then I have my Tessa Tweed Moon Crush tank by Jacqueline Cieslak. So I'm going to work on my brown-sided sweater right now, and then I will do the tank, and then I will go to one of the other 2. The Patagonia probably is the order that I'll do. As for where the other 12 are, I finished one. And I don't even know. That's a lot of sweaters. I did frog quite well. I frogged everything else. Or
is it 12? You only have 4 left and you had 16. Yeah. So you finished.
So there's one that I had like just like a swatch sort of started for.
Mm-hmm.
There was
like you only finished the Juniper.
I think that's the only
Jupiter.
one. Jupiter. I think that's the only sweater that I finished. Anyway, there was some sweater. There's a sweater for Geo. There's one that I didn't rip up, the tabular one, because my gauge is way off, that we'll do something with maybe. Mm-hmm. The Hairy Monster sweater.
Yeah.
Which I really wanted to finish, but like I don't have the yarn. I have all the mohair. I'd have to buy the other colors, which we can't carry the weight, but I don't even know what the other main color would have been.
Like a camel one, I think.
Anyway, it was not as close to being done as I thought it was.
Yeah.
So I thought I for some reason thought that I had like an actual sleeve done. I only like one sleeve left to go, but it's not even close. I have like a whole front panel to do.
Yeah.
And sleeves.
Yeah.
So, no, it's from too long ago.
So they all hit the frog pile anyway. Not many of them actually like really needed to be wound into.
No. Some of them are too hard to
take out.
To actually like frog out. So socks. I had 19.
Wow.
I now have 4.
So you had 19 WIPS of socks.
19 sock WIPS.
So like the 6 at a time do not count as 6
no.
WIPS. That's just 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
So I frogged the 6 at a time socks. They're gone. Makes me sad, sort of, but also is like I don't feel like doing them anymore. So
yeah,
if I want to do 6,
you weren't sure about the size and a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
if I do 6 at a time socks again, I'd like to do it just because I think it's fun, but I would do them plainer, right? Like just keep them like way easier than what that was.
Yeah.
So, and then I had a bunch that were like test knits that I only had like one sock of. And I'm like, I'm not going to make the other sock. So it just counted them as done. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like I like the patterns of them, but or some of them anyway, but I'm like, I'm not going to wear them or I'm not going to, so I stopped. Yeah. And then I had a bunch of sock tubes that I just took out. And when I'm ready to do the sock tubes, someone did recommend that we do like a sock week or something like that, but I might just do a week where I just try and get as many sock tubes done as I can.
That would be cool.
Because I do have quite a few that I'd like I had them cranked up so that I could wear them and stuff like that. So
yeah, like to the point where you counted them as your WIPS for this.
Yeah, because I wanted because I wanted them done. So
but now we've moved those back to your stash more.
Yeah, now they're more stash for now. So but I have my DK socks, which I started my second one, so they'll go by pretty fast. My fade socks, my timeout socks, which are my scrappy filament fibers one, and then Geo's 2 at a time orange socks. So those are the 4 that I have left. Shawls. I had 7 shawls. I don't know. I have like actual lists of what all my projects were. I don't know. I can't even think of the other ones, but I basically left as my Find Your Fade and L'Envelope.
Yeah.
So those 2, the L'Envelope probably will wait till the fall now, and Find Your Fade should come out sometime soon. Oh, the Viajante one. I can't cast that one on until I cast. I don't know that I frogged it. I might add it back in so it counts.
14.
I don't think I've completely frogged that one yet, so I might add it back in so that I don't have to wait to cast it on.
Decide now. 14 WIPS or 13 WIPS? Okay.
I don't know. And then I have 3 blankets. I had 4 blankets, so I frogged 1 blanket. I still have my crochet sampler blanket. I should bring that in. It's huge.
I don't think I've seen it.
No, I'll bring it in one day. And then I have my Advent, which is going to take me all year, and that's fine. And then my Beekeeper, which is just little hexy puffs, and it's just it's just there. It's just what it is.
It's going to take your entire lifetime.
So, and then I had 4 others, which I frogged 3 of them and finished one. I don't know. They were hats and cowls and my bloomers, which I finished. I will go with 14, and I'll decide about my Diamante if it's. What does it matter if it waits 1 more year? It's been sitting there for 5 now, so.
Well, if you have the desire to make it, though, it makes it.
I should pick it back up, and if I can get into it and it's going right, like if it's knitting and I'm working on it, I'm working through it, and I don't feel like, oh, it's a pain in the butt kind of thing, then great. And if I'm like get to a point and I put it back down again and I don't want to work on it, then it just has to get frogged again and then completely gone. And if I want to try it again another time, then I try it again another time. So, yeah, because I think it would be really pretty, and I really like the yarn that I have for it. So yeah. All right, 14 for me. I'm gonna add that back on here.
So thanks for voting. We both just changed our numbers by 1, but that's all right.
They're still close enough. It's only by 1.
Yeah. Nobody believed we were that low anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Have you finished anything this past week? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? You did?
I did. So I'm actually at 15.
You're at 15, so you finished something.
I finished the So Chic cowl, so.
I was going to say, okay. Is it really finished if the ends are
There's a couple ends to weave in, but the knitting's done, and that's what my rules count. That almost is true of sweaters that are in pieces. So a couple ends on a cowl can't hurt anybody. Oh, look, it goes with you.
It's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, it's so puffy. So there's like a Suri silk lining and then a woolly outer.
That looks cozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was super easy. Super easy. So this is knit lengthwise for 30 inches. It's got I-cord edging. And so yeah, you knit the whole row, slip the last 3 stitches with yarn in front, knit the whole row, slip last 3 stitches with yarn in front for the whole thing. And then you Kitchener that together in a circle, pick up, knit your lining in the round, bind it off, done. It was really easy on like 6.5 millimeter needles or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like that's a good. How much yarn did you use?
I'll have to weigh that, but about a skein and a half probably. Yeah. So 150 grams for the outside.
That's DK,
and
right?
It's DK held double.
Held double.
And then just one of these.
Oh, nice.
What are they called?
Is that Uma?
Yeah. Uma, which is the Suri silk. I think it has more things than maybe that one does, but yeah. Anyway, it's really nice. Yeah, it's great. So done. I will weave in the ends today, and it'll be actually done. But
that's perfect.
So we can take a picture.
Yeah.
Because it's not a million ends; it's just like 2. So I can handle that.
It's a really nice, like a simple, easy, cozy scarf though, cowl, whatever.
Yeah,
but
like you could make it a little smaller for the kids because they can't have scarves for safety. Be nice like that.
I could see. I could see stitches. Don't do it as long.
I could see my guys wearing this, like my dad, my husband, maybe my son. For when they're doing outdoor things to keep when it's cold. So
a nice easy gift for like next year for Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
which is probably put this on display for a little bit, and that's probably what it will be. Like I think maybe my dad might be a good gift for him.
Yeah. Nice. So, what was it called? Did you say?
So Chic.
Oh, So Chic. Yeah.
Cowl. And so done. So now I'm actually at 15. So there you go. Not so bad. What did you do?
I finished this. This was like after the last time we recorded. Remember when we couldn't figure out what my fourth project was? We're like,
yeah,
we couldn't remember what it was. What was it? And then Katrina told us that she kept writing, "It's a hat."
Yeah,
it was a hat.
When Katrina edits this, she like yells at us through the thing. She told me she was like so upset when I was ripping out the V-back. The V-back sweater. She's like, no, I'll finish it. No, which obviously she's watching a video of me ripping it out, so it's too late.
And but you ripped it the whole thing out.
I did
that time. Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't know. I think I was good. Like I think like a year ago or like 8 months ago when I thought about ripping it out, I thought about giving it away when I gave away a couple other things.
Yeah.
But this time I didn't. It was just like...
I thought about that from some other things. Like you stopped looking at something else. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was because of the yarn that was in it. There was a couple souvenir skeins in that one.
Yeah.
But I don't... really...
Yeah.
What am I going to do with it? It's fine. They're just going to join my scrappy stuff or like become socks or something now at this point. So I don't know. Sorry, Katrina. I'm very sorry.
So this one's finished. Ends are woven in. The pom-pom's not technically tied on. And I totally changed the pattern. I was like, I'm not doing all these stupid bobbles. I really don't like bobbles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to have like 4 in total. So I just stopped. In the cables. It's really pretty though. But I've had this yarn and this hat's been cast on. Like I should check what the Ravelry project says. But forever.
Yeah. Yeah, she was so close to
I hadn't even got to the bobbles yet. Like I think that was like the next sort of row, and that's probably why it had stopped.
Mm.
And then
Oh, so you actually just did the bobbles.
Yeah, I don't think that there's even bobbles were there.
No, it was probably because I don't think
I was just at that cape, like right. I think I was at the next row. I think the next row was bobbles, and I think that's why it stuck. Because I was like, why would I do that? That is bobbles. It just slows my knitting down, and I don't like that. So that one was not in my WIP count because it was finished a couple weeks ago. Just haven't had a chance to show it yet. Mm-hmm. So, new rules.
Yeah, for you. For me. I don't think I've come up with anything new yet, but she's
pretty much what I want to do is not have more than one sweater, one pair of DK socks, and one pair of regular socks on the go at a time. I kind of want
one other or whatever,
and then one other, so like a shawl or something like that. Mm-hmm. Because I think I can. If I only have one sweater on the go, I can finish it fairly quickly.
Yeah,
without having the temptation of all the other sweaters and stuff like that. And then I can pick up another one and do it. So
'cause you produced a lot last year.
Yeah.
You made quite a few things. So these that's why these have been sitting the way they have and why your WIP count is as high as it is.
Yeah. Because I get inspired by something new and then I cast it on and I might finish it or might not, depending on what's going on. Mm-hmm. Right. And then something else comes along. And it's like, but yeah, if I just focus on one thing and finish it, if I really want to make that thing, then that urge will still be there when I'm done.
Yeah. At most, it's going to be a couple weeks out, right?
Exactly.
Like it shouldn't be a long time for you. So I said I didn't want any more than 5 sweaters at a time or 5 socks at a time. And she's going down to 1. She's not allowed to have more than one. Yeah. So you've got some finishing to do.
Yeah.
And so I told you that means now you've got to choose your one and you have to work on it till it's finished. If that's what you're going to do, going forward.
Really testing me.
Yeah.
To see if this is really what I want to do.
If it's really going to work, then you've got 1 sweater until it's done. You have 1 sock until it's done. Yeah. And that's it. That's your projects. So have you chosen which is the first ones?
Yeah. So the brown-sided, the sight sweater is what I'm going to work on until it's done. It's the one I cast on at Christmas.
From 52 weeks.
52 weeks. Oh, I brought the book so I could show it. It's in my bag.
My belly's gurgling.
We don't even have any anymore. I worked on it last night. It's knit flat. So I right now it's doubled because
we'll insert a picture of what the finished garment looks like.
So the sides have like it's not garter, it's reverse stockinette or whatever on the side. And I just cast on for like the sleeves on each side.
Oh, so they actually like knit in tarsia?
It's in tarsia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's flat. So you got, so just did the sleeves. So I have to do the sleeves for a couple. I think it's just knitting for a couple more rows. And then there's a colored on top. So then I go to, I have here's the Uma. Has baby Surrey, kid mohair, super kid mohair, and mulberry silk. Nice. That's what's in that. Okay. So then this color gets put on top in like a brioche. I'm not sure if it's brioche or if it's just like a ribbing. I haven't read that part of it, but it's some kind of ribbing brioche thing that goes like all the way across. Like it's sleeves do go like this, go way across.
Was it Christmas Day you came to the store and got this yarn?
Yeah, I got the book for Christmas. Came here on my way home Christmas night. Like I was sitting at home looking at the colors on the website, making collages, and I came into the store and picked colors and cast it on that night. Yeah. So, when I pulled this out a couple weeks ago, like I think I only had about half of this done. Maybe here. Yeah. It wasn't or whatever. So now it's like 2/3 ish because the sleeves are longer or whatever, but like the length of it or whatever. So now it's just the sleeves and the front body.
Look at that picture again. So we'll insert one because it's hard to kind of tell.
I totally brought the book so we could see it.
So that's your only sweater you're allowed to work on until it's done.
Yeah. So I was like falling asleep yesterday afternoon working on it, and then I had a nap. And then last night I was like, I got to another section. I had to do like so many rows, but I kind of wanted to do them all at once. So I was tired. So I stopped. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't pick up my socks. That would have been smart. Just sat there and did nothing instead. So I don't know if I have photos on here of it, if it'll be easy to see.
I will show. You can look. I'll show. So, the other project I've been working on since the last time we recorded is my Stripes of Joy Yarn a Day project. And I can't remember where I was last time. I think just past the armpit. Maybe there was a whatchamacallit on here. But I don't know. I don't know if that was the last time or if I forgot to move it or not. But there's a progress keeper, so that sounds about right, I think. Mm-hmm. And so I'm in the 6th. I'm in the 7th stripe of 9, I think. Okay. So I'm done the 7th stripe, actually. I need to do the little tan mini stripe and then move on to the next. The next one.
Have it done by Friday?
Yeah, so Sarah challenged me to have the body done by midnight on Friday. So
how long is the ribbing?
I don't know.
Is it just a short
ribbing, I, of course, don't have it with me either. Yeah. I don't know if I followed what she said up here. Mm-hmm. So is it going to match that similar kind of?
Yeah.
And I need to try it on and see what I think of the length and see if I need another stripe or if I want just a little extra ribbing or something like that. So I'll take a look and see. And then the sleeves shouldn't be too bad. They'll take me a little bit to match up the colors.
Are you doing full sleeves?
I was going to, yeah. So
still shouldn't take too long. Like,
no, it shouldn't take too long. So
it's so pretty.
I should continue focusing on this and it be my main focus, but we'll see. I'm not setting the rule of just one, so
it's silly.
It's a silly rule. It's a silly rule. It totally makes sense to me. Every time I'm talking to customers who are like that, that are fairly or completely monogamous, they like buy for one project, make a project, and then buy for another project. Not only do they not like have 52 WIPS going, but they don't really have a stash either. Like a small stash, but nothing huge. And it's just cool. It means when, like you were saying, when something grabs your interest, you're pretty free to start doing it. Like you finish up what you're working on, and then you're free to embrace it. So
I think I want to use like Ravelry a little bit more. I kind of almost want to even put my stash into Ravelry too, some of it. Or at least like the full skeins that I have into Ravelry. But even using like the project queue, right? Like I want to like delete whatever's in there. Yeah. And then redo it. So like when I'm at work and get inspired by a thing or whatever, I can put those into there so that when I'm time for another sweater or whatever, I can kind of look to that and see if it's still something I want to make. And if it's not, then I'm just going to get rid of it because I can still keep it in my favorites or whatever, but it can be.
Especially if it is stuff you have in your stash.
Yeah.
Like it totally makes sense to use your queue to be like, this is what I bought this yarn for. And then if you're going through a stash down where it's like, okay, now I'm only allowed to cast on from stuff in my stash, then you can easily know what your plans were for something. Yeah. Or if you grab out one skein of something and don't realize it was a sweater quantity, so you don't mess that up, right? You kind of keep it a little organized. Yeah. But that's probably never going to be me, so it's kind of cool. But I do need to probably erase my queue because I haven't touched it in years.
I haven't looked at it. I don't even know what's in my queue. Yeah. I don't even know how things got into my queue. Like I don't like it. So.
Yeah. I haven't used the queue in years, so but my projects are all up to date on Ravelry, so there's at least that. But yeah. So is that the only thing you've been working on now?
And then the other thing I was doing, my socks. I was gonna do this one for now. These ones are supposed to be my work socks, but
did you rip it out?
No. But I don't know. I think on the podcast we said, again, with my gauge being way off, they looked too big, and so I did do on the other ones. At one point, like here, I did do a decrease, so I went down, I think, 4 stitches. And then I think I'm gonna have to go down again another 4 stitches here. I'm just gonna have to pull them up on my leg higher so they go up on my calf a little bit more so they fit better, and that's fine, so they can be like such or whatever. So I'm just trying to get the second sock to be at the same point as this one so that the decreases are in the same places, and then once they're that, then they'll go back into like
as my
work socks so that they're staying here and I can work on them either at knit night or when I need a little break or at like lunch times or something like that, whatever. So I'm just trying to get this sock to match this one so I know where the
so it doesn't sit too long.
Decreases, because otherwise not that no one's ever going to see if it's off by a row or 2 or 5, really.
Or mostly so you don't forget to do it.
But
you don't really or you don't waste the time counting and what did I do here and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of might as well get it done while it's fresh.
Yeah, so it won't take me too long to go through those. And then I think I want to wear my DK socks are just a nice one that I just want to have a pair of DK socks that I can pick up like at nighttime when I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. I can just knit on those kind of thing. But I think I do want to try and just power through the fade socks. Will be the next ones.
Are those DK? No.
No. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But that was the thing. It's not just increases. I'm fading yarn and doing increases at the same time, right? Because I'm
still up.
Yeah. So it's just a lot at that time. Whenever I just didn't feel like doing that. But it won't take long to do. I just need to do it. So. And then Geo's will be car socks. I will put them back in the car so that when I'm somewhere, it's just easy to pick up and do.
Through the winter, you don't really have a lot of that.
No, except for the 2 times that my tire went flat and I had to wait for a tow truck and I had no knitting in the car.
Yeah.
But most of the time, no, it doesn't.
So, okay, funny. You guys were asking us to show the bags a little bit more. And so we pulled all the bags of the stuff we frogged so we can show them quickly. But we didn't show the bags of our current projects as we went through those.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Do you want to start yours?
Yeah. I'm going to show my empty bags that I freed. So This is a Doctor Who bag by Bling Your String, who's an Ontario bag maker and is usually at our shows. I think I got this at Frolic a couple years ago. By a couple years ago, at least 3, because welcome to the pandemic. So. This is a J. Hendry bag. These ones are the medium yarn bowls, I think. Is that what these ones get called, right? Because they're a sturdy canvas and it can totally stand up by itself. And then the drawstring thing can fold right inside. You could use it like a yarn bowl right beside you. It's really good. While I'm showing that one, I might as well show this one because it's another one. I might own a few of these. This one, Jess and Allison sent to me for Christmas a couple years ago with some yarn. It was the best present ever. This one I bought, but is fabric that Jess had splatter painted. It's not just plain fabric. She actually added all that lovely color to it. So that's another one. Stay on theme. Let's stay on. I should have stayed here. I'm gonna not stay on theme, but go back to another theme. Another Doctor Who bag. This one's made by Opal Handmade. It's my baby. Exploding tortoise. Okay, now back on J. Hendry theme. I think this is just a medium wedge pouch. She hasn't been doing the wedge bags as much. I can't remember if she was kind of finishing with them, being done making this style or not, but tattoo style. These are just
pet bag.
They're her drawstring style, but with faux fur. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So now I have 2 of these. So I keep meaning to ask Jess to make these for the shop. Yeah. Hey Jess, can you make me some for the shop? Yeah. Anyway, I have this one, and then my Yarn A Day sweaters in the purple one. So you probably saw it up here when I was showing that. So there's those 2. Another freed one, Opal Handmade Christmas sweaters.
My reindeer.
So cute. Anyway, I love this fabric. So much fun.
So cute.
And then this was a Mad Bird bag. We used to carry her bags. I think she stopped making it. She did stop making for a time. I don't know whether she's making again. She was out of the state, so we used to carry them in the shop. I don't know, years and years and years ago. Like this could be up to 10 years ago or so. So this is the poppy fabric that I absolutely adore. So I've had this for a long time. And yeah, those are all my freed bags. Oh, and then I have my one more from my So Chic cowl, and this is by the
kitchen sink shop.
Yeah, the kitchen sink shop, which is in Cambridge. She's from Cambridge, or is it Cambridge area?
I don't know if she's still in Cambridge. She was.
Yeah. So yeah. So those are my current bags.
I have the same bag, but in a different color as yours.
Yeah.
It's not freed because it has yarn, like it has a sweater's quantity's worth of yarn, like for a project in it. So it'll just stay in that one probably. But I have this little bag. Had my 6 of a time socks, like some of the yarn in it. It's just one that I made. This is like craft paper. That's on the sides. It's really cool. I don't know how I made that. The Brainiac bags. This is one of my favorite bags. Yeah, sweat bags from Songbird. She's in BC. There's a crochet hook here. Oh, that was in there. It's really nice. I really like this one. I love the fabric. I love just the bag. There's 3 pockets on the inside, and the mustard color, but I'm glad this one's back.
but you're not allowed to cast on. So, but you could switch bags.
I will switch bags.
Yeah.
Some of my, like, I don't have a lot of projects. Well, I have a lot of projects, so I don't have a lot of bags. So a lot of mine were in plastic bags. So there's a good chance that one of my current WIPs is in a
plastic or paper bag.
A plastic. There's one in a paper bag. Yeah. So J. Henry, like, yarn bowl, like, that's what they call them. She calls them, right?
They're just
the little
yarn
ones.
bowls.
It had a sock tube in it. So it's cute. Really bright. Just a drawstring bag that I sewed up real quick. It has a matching. What are those called? DPN holders.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Projects I have that could go in that. It probably should be the car one because it's bright and I can always find it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's actually a project in that. It's another little. It's from Love Gigi. She's got a shop in Port Stanley, close to here. She had some bags one day when I was in for a really, really good price. So I was like, yes, please. So just your drawstring ones. There are no pockets on the inside, but I like the bags that are like soft, like they move around but aren't too stiff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this bag. So I have 3 of these. The other one is empty too. It just is holding all my other frogged projects and yarn in it. But
3 different sizes.
3 different sizes. They all fit inside of each other. But my mom made these for me for Christmas a couple years ago. So, and that's what my brown sweater was in. First sweater that I showed today.
Mm.
And then I have this little mushroom, the little yarn bowls from J. Henry. And it's got my work sock, scrappy socks in it. I love that one too.
Yeah.
That's all my bags.
Lovely. Excellent. I think that's everything.
I think so. Do you have a projects you're focusing on this week? Your Stripes of Joy. So you're supposed to have your body done by Friday.
Yeah.
Anything
So
else? Are you still doing your, like, focusing on 4?
No, it's too many.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the year, I was, focusing on, or allowing myself to have 4 to focus on for the week. But it's too many. I just don't get it. Then I get nothing done, especially if I'm supposed to work on all of them, like a little bit on all of them. So I think I'll just do 2.
Although it did kind of work because then you did have to finish your gray sweater and you finally finished your gray sweater.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we asked on the live for suggestions to motivate me, and Sarah asked me to have the body of the sweater done. Yeah. So that will be my first goal.
Maybe you just have one, and then you just, whatever you're feeling like, you pick up or something like that. I don't know. You have to take them home though, right? Like,
yeah. So I leave especially right now, both my bedroom, my kitchen, and my laundry room are all under construction. Bad idea. Don't do all of those things at the same time. It's dumb. So I leave my projects here and just bring home a couple. I have one little bin to keep them out of the dust and away from the animals and all that stuff. So, so I can't just like kind of willy-nilly just choose what I want to do. So, which is nice. It does help me like at least focus on the things I've made a decision about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably just take, I will probably have my Stripes of Joy and a sock or something. That'll be my main focus. I guess I'll be similar to you right now anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying till it's done because that's just silly. But maybe. Yeah. Maybe with this first sweater anyway. Truthfully, any of the sweaters I have on here right now could be done like that because they are not that far off.
Yeah, you're not completed. You're not far from any of them. So to spend a week, if that was your main focus, with a sock for like some breaks, in it or whatever, right? Like, yeah, you've also got your blanket, your scrappy blanket. That's a good break or whatever. But wouldn't take too long to have any of those kind of finished up. So maybe
that might be what happens. We'll see.
Maybe next week we'll have all the cast-ons.
Everything cast on?
Yeah.
Which would mean we broke all the rules, because I have not finished 4 things. I think I've only finished 3.
I have,
Yeah.
but I also have new rules now, and I'm not supposed to cast on until April. So.
Yeah.
And I have new rules.
You do have new rules.
So we'll see how this goes. I'm not good at following rules. Like I've been following them. We've changed them.
We like making things a game and then changing our mind. So, I don't know. You're stubborn. You might try to at least get there. Whether you stay there or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I might have to cast on. Like, I wanted to only have one sweater before I cast another sweater on, but because 2 of those sweaters are like long sleeve fall winter sweaters, I might want to cast on like a summer one, right? Like, so if I can finish the other 2, I might let myself cast on one for the summer, right?
That's the other thing I was thinking. I really wanted to be able to do like a linen or something blend this year. And if I wait to get mine down, it will be too late, which is always the problem. It's pretty much time. It's getting close to time to start your summer tops. So
it might have to be a seasonal sort of thing, right? You don't want too many sweaters, but like
I don't. I would like to get it. I'll just stick with my original number of saying get it down to 5.
Yeah, but your Shifty is a summer one, or not your Shifty. Sorry, your Sun Gazer is a summer one.
The Shifty could technically be 2.
Yeah,
because I think I'm doing short sleeve with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Shifty you could finish because if you're at the point where you can just do ribbing on your just sleeves and ribbing could be done.
Yeah, most
so
of them
you should be you'll be able to get 5.
But I have to get to 4 to cast on. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I think I could win.
You can pass your Sun Gazer over to me.
There you go.
That was wasn't that that was the thing last weekend? Somebody else could start it for me. I think I said that to somebody.
If you don't cast it on.
If I don't cast it on, I can finish it or something like that. Get some people to start some things for me. No, I don't want that. Don't let me talk you into it. Don't let me. If you come in at the store and I'm like, hey, want to cast something on for me? Don't do it.
Do it. I can't believe you have less whips than me now. It's ridiculous.
It's so many more than even me. Like I tried to beat you. It just was like, nope, I'm frogging this.
You were just in the like, done with it kind of
the
space.
The gauge. I should go back. Some of them I deleted, but like I should go back and look at the ones that I frogged and see when I actually started them, right? Like how many years ago they were.
So, all right.
See what happens for next week.
I don't think there's anything else to update. We didn't plan on showing anything or
no, I don't know that anything new came in.
If it did, we didn't think about it or plan to have it with us.
There's some worsted weight sock yarn.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I don't know if there's something new. We'll talk about it next time. There's classes up on the website.
Yes.
Some new classes if you're local. Some in-person classes. I don't think we have any big events coming up in the next week or 2. It's March break here, starting next week.
13th to 19th or something like that. Whatever those dates are like.
Which doesn't really affect the store or anything, but I don't know if you're traveling to the area, let us know. I didn't think about anything to talk about at the store. All I thought about was WIPS. So it's about WIPS. It's cool. All right, we'll update you on anything new going on next time. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.